You're
Obviously, gotta
approaching the
love Apollo.
BIOMASS research facility. This is where the outbreak originated.
We're sure there's some contained biomass on hand for Jack to retrieve.
Logs indicate 1 or 2 containers should still be in storage. However, reaching them may be difficult due to the entire facility being under lockdown.
The tram entrance will undoubtedly be your only way in.
Acknowledged. The facility appears to be in fairly poor condition, but there is at least some power flowing.
Due to the generator being restored.
Unfortunately, I'm still unable to access any systems further into the facility. Power flow stops at the entry terminal. It appears that the systems are outright disconnected, including the physical entry bridge. Jack, you'll need to reconnect those systems to gain entry to the facility.
Copy that.
Copy. That.
This device looks vaguely similar to the cranes we saw in the transit hub.
Good eye, Jack. That's because it's an early version of the stasis field technology used by those cranes, as well as our cargo drones and many other systems. As you can imagine, the ability to manipulate objects without direct contact has significant advantages when dealing with the biomass.
Yes, advantages we continue to witness firsthand through Jack's grip projector.
Agreed. Somewhat odd to leave this case empty.
It's fairly straightforward. Our work was never finished.
That is stupid.
It seems someone was emphatic about maintaining the lockdown.
That console would have controlled the bridge leading into the main facility.
I assumed.
I'm not seeing any backup controls in the blueprints, unfortunately. It's possible the cave contains systems not listed in the schematics. It may be worth a quick investigation.
I am ready. Oh, I really don't like this. What is that?
Re-establishing main generator connection. Be advised, Class 3 power fields will become active. Dormancy will be nullified.
Jack, power will soon be returning to the immediate area, as well as the rest of the research facility. Just keep in mind that you'll also be awakening any dormant biomass within.
That's a good point. By restoring power, we're undoing something that was put in place as a die-hard safety precaution.
We're certain this is the only place we're going to find the contained biomass?
Assuming these fragmented station logs are correct? Yes.
Well, that's reassuring.
Fuck.
Finalizing connection.
Connection established. Now receiving power readings throughout the facility. Jack, once you have the bridge fully extended, you should be able to access the facility proper. Though I suspect some areas may have additional security requirements.
Nora, the research director, would have done everything she could to contain the outbreak. But there is no containing it. This was an eventuality.
It's fortunate that your disagreement over priorities led you to be elsewhere when the outbreak occurred.
It's only fortunate if I'm right.
I don't trust you.
These are auxiliary controls for the extension bridges.
Correct. They should allow you to extend the bridge now that the power is restored.
That makes a lot more sense.
Bridge reconnection.
Nice.
Complete.
I'm heading back to the entry terminal.
Dr. Harlan, if these power readings are accurate, our suspicions appear confirmed.
What's that now? What suspicions?
Educated guess, rather.
I
Which is
don't
different.
trust you.
How?
The ticks aren't the only form of biomass that have been evolving since your time.
Great, so what's this one do? Open doors?
Quite the opposite, in fact.
It's best if you see for yourselves.
Is it best if we see for ourselves? Like, is it actually?
I'm crossing into the main facility now.
Copy that, Jack.
Hello. Oh, brother.
Biomass has taken hold here.
Given that it got this far, the rest of the facility will likely be much worse.
Will the fabricator still be operational?
Yes, at least enough that Jack should be able to reboot without issue.
I'm sorry.
In the security control room, I found a casualty.
According to logs, Adler Reyes.
He must have been trying to keep the scanners running to prevent the biomass from leaving the facility.
But if someone failed the scan...
They would have had to remain behind. Unfortunately, even the scanning room itself became contaminated.
You think that's how it spread to the rest of the station?
Most likely. With background contamination, the system would have had a difficult time producing accurate results.
Jack, you are now entering the facility's lobby.
I want to talk about
Biomass
this.
containment is located through the leftmost door.
This must be the evolved biomass form Dr. Harlan mentioned. It detects my presence, much like the other specimens encountered thus far.
We classify it as a reticulated B biomass organism, but most people just call them webs.
Aside from their namesake membrane, webs can also be recognized by an additional nodule. It should be quite distinct.
Yeah, there's another casualty over here, I believe.
A further casualty of the biomass.
Oh, and Jack, that distinct nodule I mentioned, think of it as a sensor. If it detects you, it will stimulate the web's expansion reflex. Just something to keep in mind as you explore the station.
Oh, what the fuck? Alrighty. Sorry about that. What is this? And I'm keeping you, obviously. I believe we're going this way. Nope, shit. Okay, you know what? Left arm.
Another one of the web forms. I still have no way to bypass.
Then try the labs. The research they were doing there might prove useful.
Copy that. I'll see what I can find.
The labs.
There's some kind of added security here.
Dr. Everett Harlan reporting. Authorized laboratory access.
Voice-activated authorization. That's a smart security feature.
Thank you. And you're welcome.
This switch controls power for this hallway.
An emergency disconnect. Likely utilized as a means to curtail the outbreak.
Now where's my gun?
Really did all they could to try and get the infestation under control.
They knew once it was out, they couldn't stop it. All they could do was buy time for everyone else on the station.
Test lab. But the only place we can go.
What sort of research were they doing here?
The director was convinced a cure was impractical. So she poured everything into containment technology.
Did she have any luck?
When I left, she had everyone working on miniaturizing the insulation cloaking from our containment unit. I'm not sure how far they got.
These controls are running some sort of automated procedure.
The system is no longer reachable over the network. Cut off by the biomass, no doubt. It must be an old test, abandoned during the outbreak and resumed now that we've restored power.
Biological specimens.
The director was always in here. Dissecting, testing.
That might be why they're attacking
She was
us.
tireless.
She must have had a cast iron stomach.
One of the toughest people I have ever known.
Okay.
Is this some type of emitter?
It looks to be a functional prototype. I knew they were close, but I didn't know they had moved into practical testing. The basic concept was to surround the biomass with a cloak of electromagnetic insulation, preventing energy from reaching it.
Kind of like using a blanket to smother a flame.
Indeed. The idea was to build these cloak emitters as a reactive defense against the biomass, to contain it.
That could have a wide array of tactical applications.
Just all at best, not a solution. I wish she could have seen that.
There we go.
Such versatile technology.
And it still wasn't enough.
I wonder if they moved this prototype into production.
Even if they did, it clearly wasn't enough to stop an outbreak. This is why we need a cure.
This transparent aluminum is reinforced.
Unfortunately, that's still not enough to withstand concerted biomass growth.
You're gonna really?
I assume these microscopes were used to observe the biomass.
I believe so, yes.
Development of the biomass containment technology required research at the macro, micro, and even nanoscopic scales.
With these microscopes, the researchers would have been able to observe the effect of their containment technology in real time. With a more manageable sample size, of course.
It must have been a heavy responsibility to work so closely with live biomass samples.
It was not without its risks.
So, would you say it was more or less risky than intentionally infecting your own FTL drive?
If you have any less precarious solutions, Captain, I'm all ears.
Oh. No, I don't think it's gonna work.
Biomass at the exit neutralized.
It's possible I failed to foresee some of clock emitters, eventually medications.
Sounds like your research director was on the right track.
Nora. She never gave up. I could hardly ever pull her away from her work.
Dr. Harlan, if I may interject, the local data I'm seeing implies that the director's efforts to develop cloak emitters proceeded beyond prototyping. Portable versions were installed in some of the X3 medtech shells. Several of these shells appear to have been left behind in the medical wing.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
I believe it may be possible to fit Jack with a similar device, a portable cloak emitter.
What is involved?
I'll need you to retrieve the data from one of the medtech shells here. With that, I should be able to reconstruct the portable cloak emitter's design.
Copy that. I'll see what I can find.
Found something.
Jack, this is the primary examination room, where prototype cures were administered to volunteers.
This log indicates a multitude of visitors. Some were children.
Yes, many of the station's personnel had families. Most of their children were suitably behaved. Some were not. Still, I hope they reached safety.
Do you think you're finding more of them, or? There's a lot of dead things over here.
I'm entering the medical lab.
Doctor, perhaps you should step away for a moment. I'm sure there's still plenty of output data to parse before we're ready to initiate the experiment.
She's here, isn't she?
I found another casualty of the biomass. This researcher seems to have been helping the other one.
Dr. Adriana Lay.
She was too young for this.
Anything over here? Nope.
A keypad for the duct. It may provide a means to circumvent some of this biomass, if I can find the code.
Oh, I need a code.
This device indeed appears to be a portable cloak emitter. Juno, I believe your conjecture was correct.
Naturally. If you scan the shell's data port, I believe I can create a similar device for you.
Oh, shit.
Cloak emitter module identified. Unfortunately, the data contained in this shell is only partial. Jack, to complete the reconstruction, I'll need you to scan additional units.
Understood. I found another casualty.
Dr. Jordan Decci. She specialized in pain management therapy for the infected.
We have another casualty.
It appears he was trying to assist right up until the end.
There's one more casualty, I just can't see it. Okay, code.
Don't forget the maintenance duct, Jack. In case of emergencies, it can be useful for navigating through various rooms of the facility.
Oh, hi, you gotta be shitting me.
God.
Who was this person?
Dr. Franklin Taylor, a fellow geneticist.
You knew him.
I knew one of them.
I've recovered her research. It also seems she received a message from Dr. McKenna with all of his access codes attached. Would you like me to play it?
Affirmative.
Beginning playback.
Hey, Adriana. I know I can count on you to look out for everyone. So I'm sending you my access codes. They should get you into my stuff and a few engineering areas. Spare rations, my playing cards, whatever else. If any of it helps even a little bit, please.
Nah, get to it. Get to it.
Share it. I figure it might make things a little more comfortable for you all.
Tram, prepare for departure.
Shit, I gotta go. I have no idea how to end this.
Get to it. Come on,
Good
passcode.
luck. No. Goodbye.
For fuck's sake.
End of message.
Could one of Dr. McKenna's codes work on that keypad Jack saw?
I believe so, yes. Jack, I'll add the code to your ARM computer.
Where?
Hey, Adriana.
Where the fuck is this code?
Hey, Adriana. I know I can count on you to look. Hey,
For fuck's sake.
Adriana. I know I can count on you to look out for everyone.
2525.
So I'm sending you my access codes. It should get you into my stuff
Access to
and
the
a few
utility
engineering
ducts granted.
areas. Spare rations, my playing cards, whatever else. If any of it helps even a little bit,
Moving through
please,
the vents now.
take it.
Tell me something,
Sure.
Doctor. How long
Figure
does
it
it
might make
take
things a little more comfortable for you all.
for the infection to
Tram, prepare for departure.
run its
Shit, I
course?
gotta go.
Once it becomes fully active,
I have no idea how to
usually
end
somewhere
this.
between 3 to 5 days. But most victims
Good
opt
luck.
to
No.
I thought they're both
expedite.
talking at the right time. At the same time.
Goodbye.
So, how does the infection work? Once it becomes active? I mean,
The biomass drains energy directly from your cells. Your body is in the throes of widespread cellular decay. Major organ failure follows.
Been there, buddy,
12
don't
to
worry.
18 hours later. But at least by
That I
then
come
you are
back
not
and
in as
you
much pain, since the infection has likely
stay there,
started
apparently.
feeding on the electrical signals traveling through your nervous system. By day 4, you've
alright. I get the picture.
Liv, that's not going to happen to you.
Yeah,
Whatever it takes, we'll find a solution.
I know, Jack.
Excellent. That shell contained more data regarding the portable emitters. We'll need a good bit more to reconstruct the design,
Of
though.
course we will. What is happening? Weren't there people here? Am I on the other side? I am on the other side. Okay, never mind.
Controls for the nearby cloak emitter. Fortunately, they're still operational.
And before I do that, I want to make sure everything's looked through. Yeah.
I found another arm equipped with a cloak emitter, a backup safety measure.
More than likely. But that's the problem. The biomass can't be contained. No matter how many redundancies you put in place.
Oh shit.
Scan complete. We still need more data. Interesting.
Who are you?
Doctor, this shell has a log conversation regarding the director and your research.
Go ahead, Juno.
Beginning playback.
Alright, Unit 5, back to the lab. The director wants to run those simulations again.
Really? For what purpose?
I'm not sure. Dr. Harlan's ideas were intriguing, to say the least, but, well, I suppose the director knows best. Go ahead and prep the simulations. I'll join you shortly.
Acknowledge, Dr. McKenna.
So the director eventually explored your theories after all?
I didn't expect she would continue it after I left. But without the biomasses-based genetic material, it would have been as much of a dead end as containment. I just couldn't convince her.
My reconstruction of the personal cloak emitter is nearly complete. One more scan should be sufficient.
Who else have I not scanned? Okay, it's gonna be you in here, isn't it?
Trapped inside by the biomass. If I could somehow access its data port, it might still serve some use.
Okay. So maybe let's try. There we go. Hey, there was another.
Jack, I'm getting network ping from unstacked medtech shells within the medical lab. I recommend locating them and using your data link to collect their core archives.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, hi.
Data collection complete.
Fuck you.
Finalizing tool reconstruction. Reconstruction complete. Please visit a fabricator to install your new cloak emitter.
Oh, that why was that so much harder than it needed to be?
Cloak emitter installation successful. This portable version is practically identical to the mounted prototypes you've been using thus far.
Ooh, interesting.
Excellent. A tool like this will make it much easier to get around.
Just keep in mind that its effective range had to be reduced to achieve portability. If you move too far away from your target, the tool will deactivate.
Ah. Noted. I'm back in the lobby, proceeding to biomass containment.
I'm here.
There's another voice-activated control panel here.
Additional security for the biomass containment area. It requires the voice authorization of a high-ranking official.
Well, we've got Dr. Harlan, right? Let's get that door open.
My authorization won't be enough. We'll need someone with higher clearance.
Of course.
The research director.
After a lockdown, she'd be the only one able to enter containment.
With a large enough sample of the director's vocal modulations, I should be able to synthesize her voice.
A voice sample? I don't know, even if we could find one, I'm not sure it's fair to...
Pull up my personal archive, Juno. There's just one file there.
You're sure, Dr. Harlan?
Go on.
Beginning playback.
I just... You know I wouldn't leave unless I had...
It's okay. A kill would change everything. You're not wrong about that. I just wish...
I know, Nora. Me too. I won't be long.
Doctor, I'm sorry. It's not enough. We'll need more data before I can accurately synthesize the director's voice.
Echo 1, you'll need to return to the medical lab. Find Nora. If our data pod is still intact, it may be our best chance of finding more voice data.
Of course. I'll head back to the med lab.
Okay, where are we going? Like, where would it be, though? To find her, but who is she? So you still don't have a name.
Patient chart reveals catastrophic cellular breakdown.
Most likely an internal infection that passed through the tissue.
Does that happen in every case?
Eventually, the host is usually deceased by then.
Well, that's a relief.
I wonder if it's you.
Nora, it's Dr. Barry, the research director.
Confirmed. This data has what we need. A message from the research director. It's addressed to you, Dr. Harlan.
Go ahead, Juno, get your sample.
Dr. Harlan.
We need her authorization. Just Play it.
Beginning playback.
Edward? I don't know if you'll ever find this, but I wanted to get it out before. Well, before things get any worse. If you do manage to find this, then you know what's happened. I suppose the good news is you've got the inner detector work. Which, if I'm not mistaken, means you owe me dinner. Rabbit, listen to me. I know you're going to try to put all this on yourself somehow. Make yourself believe there was something you'd have done had you been here, but it's not true. You understand? Don't go trying to carry that. We all knew developing a cure was virtually impossible. No one here was waiting to be saved. You're leaving. You're already doing everything you could do to try and stop this. I miss you, Everett. Be safe. I love you. Goodbye.
I'm so sorry, Harlan.
I too am sorry. It's clear you meant a great deal to one another.
She was a good person. She deserved a better resting place than this.
I believe I have enough data to synthesize the director's voice now.
Understood. I'll return to the security panel in the lobby. I'm back at the security panel. Are we sure this will work?
That was heavy.
No.
I'm sorry,
but
Dr.
we can
Harlan.
Try.
What's up,
With
Juno?
Dr. Harlan's permission, of course.
Do it.
This is Dr. Nora Parikh. Authorized containment access.
Juno,
Yes, Doctor?
never do that again.
I'm ready.
I'm entering what appears to be an excavation site.
You are correct. It's the only remaining route to the biomass containment area. We should be able to find our sample there.
Acknowledged.
Is this containment area where the outbreak started?
Most likely. I'll continue parsing logs to see if I can determine what happened.
I'm sure that's not necessary.
Do it. I need to know.
Of course, Doctor. I'm detecting a tick up ahead.
Yep.
Would my cloak emitter be effective?
I believe so. And the device's range should allow you to cloak the tick before it detects you.
Cloaking successful.
All this advanced tech, and the biomass still broke containment.
Yes. This is why eliminating the biomass is our only option.
I don't know why I need this. Hoping to find like a recharge station here so that I can just grab some data that's on here. Oh look.
I'm approaching the large opening. There is a conveyance system installed overhead.
That is how newly arriving containment units were transferred into main storage. Local telemetry indicates a significant biomass presence throughout the area. Containment certainly failed here.
Acknowledged. I will proceed with caution.
Why? Why?
There is an X3 shell encased in biomass. Shall I scan its data port?
It is likely to possess details about the outbreak.
Then do it.
Fuck. Okay. Thing is, if I don't know. Fuck.
Shields at 95%.
You've got to be shitting me, hello? Fucking hell, this thing's so stupid. I think this is done.
This container must have lost power at some point. Unfortunately, it appears its contents have escaped. How certain are we that a functional container is still here?
Based on the logs, one stock container arrived shortly before the lockdown.
Hopefully, it remains intact.
Good find, Jack. There's a significant quantity of data here, and I believe much of it can be used in our effort to develop a cure. Data retrieved. I believe the synthetic using the shell was indeed present for the initial containment failure. I'll play the log.
Director Park,
Yes, unit.
a Category 4 containment breach is in progress.
What?
Origin uncertain. Multiple ticks are unrestrained in the conveyance shaft. I am beginning to lock down
Have any personnel had direct contact?
several. I sacrificed my shell to prevent immediate fatality. I'm in the process of reprinting with a portable cloak emitter.
All right, I'll triage the infected in the med labs.
Your SIP telemetry indicates you are not wearing a helmet. To avoid
I'll
dying,
find one. Just prioritize personnel evacuation, then lock down the entire containment area, especially main storage.
acknowledged. Doctor,
I cloaked one of the sensors on this web, but it's not having the same effect as before.
One of? How many sensors does this web have?
4.
At least 4.
Then this web must have been cultivating here for some time. It's possible this is where the outbreak originated.
Unfortunately, Jack, your cloak emitter cannot sustain enough insulation fields to blind all of those sensors.
There must be something else we can do.
Agreed. I'll find a way to retract the web. There is an electrical transformer here. Its power field appears to be keeping all nearby biomass active.
Any chance there's a bypass hooked up to it?
Effectively? No. That subsystem has been consumed by the biomass.
Lovely.
Damn. Do I have to? Okay, so I didn't have to come back up here?
If you can't cloak the sensors, cloak the power source.
Fair enough.
Nicely done, Jack.
That was unexpected. I'll need just a moment to further analyze the reconstructed targeting software. Ah, I see it now. The cloak emitter should be able to target power sources as well, as long as they're sufficiently compact.
Copy that. Proceeding through the web now. Is this the cargo bay?
Yes, and our containment unit is indeed intact.
I'm still prepping the intake system. Should be ready by the time the container gets here, though. I'm assuming we have what we need.
Readings show a full complement of ticks within. So, yes, Captain, we have what we need.
Is the unit safe to approach?
Yes, the container is fully powered and the insulation fields are active. Those ticks are pacified. I'll send a cargo drone to retrieve it as soon as the bay doors open.
On it.
Bay doors are open. Got you.
A power transformer. Much of the nearby biomass is feeding on it.
There we go.
Exterior bay door opened.
Copy that. We'll send over a cargo drone to retrieve the container. Shouldn't take too long.
Jack, we'll just need you to manually release the container once the drone has secured it.
Acknowledged. I'll head to the cargo bay.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Careful, Jack. There's another form of the biomass nearby. You may have seen them before. Elongated structures with an affinity for spore dispersion.
Indeed, cysts. Their rapid regrowth, even after bursting, makes them particularly dangerous. This specimen appears somewhat different than the others I've previously encountered. It has tentacles.
Yes, I believe that particular adaptation manifested somewhat recently. The biomass has been evolving continuously since your time. Regardless, you'll want to keep your distance, if possible.
Got you.
There's a fair bit of data here. It should prove useful in our efforts to develop a cure. Good find, Jack. This is the administration area. Once past the next hallway, Jack, you'll be back in the cargo bay.
I need battery. Oh, for fuck's sake. Chip. I fucked up. No, I didn't. Still charging. Gimme. Oh!
This web must be sensing the battery's power field.
Indeed. Any substantial power field will awaken all forms of...
God damn! Holy shit! Motherfucker. Jesus, okay. Fuck me. Okay, fuck you, game. Are you gonna work at all anytime soon? Shit.
Nicely done. Starting to get a feel for that cloak emitter, are we, Jack?
It is quite effective.
That is indisputable at this point. And it has brought us that much closer to a cure. For that alone, we should be grateful.
In this corridor, I found another casualty. 2, in fact.
Dr. Stephen Garrick and Senior Technician Avery Park.
Seems they were left behind in the evacuation.
I doubt that. If they're here, it's probably because they chose to stay.
Me?
I knew these people. Every researcher here understood what an outbreak would mean, that they would have to do whatever was necessary to try and protect the rest of the station.
Collecting these ticks could not have been easy.
The X3 synthetics did lose many shares in the process, but they performed their function.
Jack, the cargo drone will be unable to retrieve the container until it's released from the loading pallet. There should be a release mechanism near the container.
A release mechanism? Got you.
Container released.
Confirmed. Container primed for departure.
It will need to be hooked up once it gets here, Jack. Care to give it the final touch?
I believe I would, yes. I doubt the procedure will take long.
Okay then. See you in a few.
Container departing in T-minus 10 seconds. Analyzing. Jack, if you're planning on accompanying the container, now would be a good time to take hold.
Got you.
Cargo drone is departing in 3, 2, 1. Igniting thrusters.
Let's go. You know, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. But at least we got it done. We got the final 2 things we needed
I
here.
hope you don't mind. I've switched us to another comms channel for a moment. I have
Okay.
a somewhat personal question to ask you. Do you mind?
Go for it.
Go ahead, Juno.
Captain Rhodes, she considers you a friend, yes?
Yes, that is correct.
How do you know?
Observed.
Because she has said so.
Ah, that certainly simplifies things. In your case,
How do you mean?
I'm trying to discern if Dr. Harlan considers me a friend. Biometrics indicate he is still experiencing some distress, but I'm unsure if it would be appropriate for me to console him. What is your assessment?
I find Dr. Harlan difficult to fully understand. His personality differs significantly from that of Captain Rhodes. He may express his regard in a different fashion.
He does refer to me by name, a behavior he does not extend to you. Perhaps that is a positive indicator.
Okay, well, you don't have to bring that up.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate your insight.
No worries. What I'm here for.
Did we just become friends?
I suppose.
I suppose we did.
Splendid. I'll return comms to the public channel now.
Look at us making friends, except for Dr. Harlan. Fuck you. Even though I do feel sorry for your loss of Nora. It's... let's just go down.
Cargo now approaching the dock. Beginning descent.
Hey there, Jack. Good to see
Hello.
you're still in one piece. Same deal as before. Hookup controls near the cargo clamps.
I don't know where it went. Oh, hi. You are very high. Where are you gonna drop? Could be somewhere over here now. Yep. I know you're gonna be here.
Biomass container in place and ready to be secured.
Go ahead, Jack.
There another one? Ah, there is. Oh, for fucking motherfucker. Nice.
Biomass container secured in place.
What is this?
System check, Juno. How did we do?
Systems nominal. Both the fuel cell
Okay.
and biomass container are secure and fully engaged with the ship's intake systems.
Well, Jack, looks like things are wrapped up here. No need for you to rush back, though. I'm not exactly eager to send you hurtling through time again.
Of course.
Also, Dr. Harlan could always use more data for his research, if you'd like to continue exploring the station.
Copy
No.
that, Juno.
Absolutely not. Where are we going? Alright. GG's. We're going over here.